Hello everybody, this is Bob here and welcome to race number 7 of the 2020-21 NROL Skittles Cup Series season. This is the Dollar Tree 300 at Circuit of the Americas. We're starting to get deep into the season now. Ryan Blaney has a points after going back to victory lane, and now we come to track which hasn't been the most exciting. We had the Siemens National Series race here yesterday, and it wasn't the most entertaining race ever, so I'm not really expecting, or we probably shouldn't expect too much out of this race. However, there should at least be something to see from this race. So with that being said, let's give you your starting grid for the race. So in the pool, this one is Douglas, alongside him second is Clint Boyer, third is Frank DeBobbin, fourth is Cole Custer, fifth is William Byron, sixth is Tim Tom, seventh is Tyler Reddick, eighth is Felix Buckner, ninth is Ryan Blaney, 10th is Chris Buescher, 11th is Kurt Busch, 12th is Chase Elliott, 13th is Virgin, 14th is Joel Logano, 15th is Eric NROL, 16th is Denny Hamlin, 17th is Matt Bedino, 18th is Kevin Harvick, 19th is Berger, 20th is Eric Jones, 21st is Kyle Busch, 22nd is Nia, 23rd is Rebecca, 24th is Marcia Shear, 25th is Russell David, 26th is Christopher Bell, 27th is Donald, 28th is Ryan Priest, 29th is Doug, 30th is Kyle Larson, 31st is Brad Kowalski, 32nd is Brian Coaches, 33rd is Jimmy Johnson, 34th is Lucas Dozier, 35th is Austin Dillon, 36th is Ryan Newman, 37th is Bubba Walls, 38th is James Hicks, 39th is Oliver, 40th is Mr. Light's brother, 41st is Mommy, and 42nd is Alex Bowman. Pretty weird to see Alex Bowman all the way back here. I don't know what happened to him. Something must have been some sort of issue in qualifying. I should also mention that for you guys, yesterday would have been the Siemens National race at Coda, but this is actually the first time I've recorded a race in a few weeks, so I might be a little bit rusty, but I forgot to uninstall the, the electric car sound mod. Hang on.
Drivers, start your engines!
So a bit of a slightly different start to this one. You actually get to listen to drivers start your engine thing, which isn't usual. I usually just pause thing, but I would do have normal engine sounds. Yeah, and don't worry, the starting grid is exactly the same as it was. I went in and I saved the qualifying results, so I don't have to redo that again. So the starting grid is exactly the same as it was before. I had to go in and uninstall the electric sound mod so we can have authentic engine sounds. Yeah, so those go to the default engine sounds, which I think are just fine. I would download like a sound pack for these cup cars, but there's just none that are really that good, so I just stick with the default sounds. Yeah. So yes, I do apologize for a mess up. I was doing some. I'm actually recording this race, between the time that I actually went in and recorded the intro for the Airwalk race at All Club. So I had to temporarily install the electric car sound mod so I could do a bit of a recording, and I forgot to uninstall it after I finished up that recording. But no worries. Thanks to Save Game, I was able to avert the crisis very easily, and everything is good now. So this race is going to be an interesting one. So I guess we can talk about paint schemes for a little bit. So we have some more fresh paint for this one. We've also got Floyd DeBobbin back in his regular 2013 paint scheme, which we haven't seen since the season opener. Floyd DeBobbin was driving more variety of paint schemes this year, or at least started out anyway. But the Pro League car is now back for this race. But now if we go over to Russell David, you've noticed in the starting grid that that he had a different paint than normal, and yeah. So this paint scheme is a Trinity Railway Express paint scheme, which is actually the first of two new paints that will eventually making their debut season. But so this paint scheme actually came up was an idea from Russell after the race at Texas Motor Speedway, because Russell is a Texas native and Trinity Railway Express is a Texas passenger railroad company. So for the next two races, because we got this one and then we have one more race in Texas, the state of Texas, which we had a different track. And for those two races, we'll be driving this Trinity Railway Express paint scheme, which is quite a nice one. Yeah, Tobago Motorsports never really disappoints when it comes to their paint schemes. And even after the Texas triple header that we kind of got going right now, well, we might see this paint scheme a few more times. Well, this is more of a special occasion type paint scheme, so we're not going to see it too much this year, but it'll probably come back at least once or twice before the season is over after the Texas triple. Overall, it is a quite nice one. This is actually known as the Shooting Star paint scheme, as it generally works. Whereas this paint scheme is actually is very heavily based off of the, on the, as you see on the locomotives. It's a pretty nice one, I must add. Some of the stuff is being blocked by the number, but you can't really help that when designing a paint scheme to run in a NASCAR series. So let's get back to the front of the grid. So Ryan Blaney took the points lead, like I mentioned earlier. He took the points lead after his second win in a row at Texas Motor Speedway. For the moment, they actually had the points lead for a couple races, but I think actually no, they only had the points lead for like one race, and then just couldn't put it. But yeah, he'll probably come back. And we'll see how well he does in this race in particular. Alright, so that is your installation lap. Everyone is formed up. And as we get there, green flag is underway for the Dollar Tree 300 at Circuit of the Americas in the Cup Series. Already the field started to fan out as they are on the start, as they always do here at Circuit of the Americas. And here is the field now doing some crazy stuff. For the ball, but going to look on the inside of Douglas, trying to take the lead off of him, going through turn number 1 the field, doing all kinds of crazy things. And for the ball, but now on a side-by-side with Douglas, this is for the lead. And for the ball, but already making ace, and here he goes, Frony to Bobbin. Oh man, still side-by-side, they're not done yet. There's a good race between these two for start at this one. And Joe Ball last though, as we now have quite the side-by-side battle between Frony to Bobbin and Douglas. And they're still going at it all the way through the S's. Oh, Douglas, yep. Wow, when one gets an advantage on the other just pulls away. But here's Frony to Bobbin as I bang my keyboard again. But it looks like Frony to Bobbin has now cleared the lead. And Frony to Bobbin now leads in Circuit of the Americas over Douglas for the time being. This race is going to be a bit of a long one, but actually, yeah, it's a bit of a long one, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, Frony to Bobbin now out to a bit more of a commanding lead, although we saw that, just because you're on pole doesn't mean that you're going to win. I mean, Brad Keselowski, he actually did kind of good at the Siemens National Series race, but then had some problems, and the lead would wind up going to his teammate, Austin Cindric. So Cindric got his first win of the season. So Penske's has won a number of races this year, actually. Brad Keselowski wins at All Club. Ryan Blaney gets 2 wins in a row. And then Austin Cindric wins at Circuit of the Americas. Now, I'm not really expecting anything from Team Penske in this race, but only time will tell. Although to Bob Motorsports, however, the dominant force they are, still have yet to find victory lane this year. Yeah. They've got 4 cars in the Siemens National Series, and 2 cars now in the Skittles Cup Series. And Frony to Bobbin, like I said, did have the points lead briefly, but still yet to win a race. But that could change today. Although Frony to Bobbin, a number of times last year he won the most boring fashion. And this season has seen quite a lot of good races, although this race might be the first dud of the year. So it might make sense that Frony to Bobbin wins. Especially in his main car. William Byron, though, running up in 3rd, which is quite impressive. William Byron, your last season's Rookie of the Year. He's definitely trying to look higher. Here's Lampuri, who actually started on the 2nd row. He's lost quite a few spots. He's fallen back down to 6, and it looks like there was some skid marks I noticed. No caution though, but it looks like something happened. Oh dear. I will. It looks like something happened. I'm pretty sure I turned on cautions. Let me just check. Yeah, yellow flags are turned on. So I'm not. So I guess no one made a 180-degree turn. Although this is a road course, so you can do that stuff and get away with it for the short term. So let's work out where was the skid marks actually. I think it was like right around here. I can't really see it. Well, how about this? Let's just go back in time and see what actually happened to bring out that. Or you just caused that issue, because something happened, for sure. You just can't quite work out what actually did happen. Also happened, pretty early in the race, actually. So if Tim Tom and the real Xbox and they're going at each other, they're still side by side. I think it actually had to do with when everyone just got on the brakes, they just bumped into each other. I mean, look at that. Oh, yeah. That happened. And everyone going crazy at the start of this race. That was Alex Bowman had some pretty big damage. So I don't know where that came from. But it definitely looked like it got rammed in the rear at one point in this race. So let's look. I think it happened in this race. Yeah, Mr. Lady's brother smacks him right in the rear. But no one made a 180-degree turn. So no caution came out, but that was a pretty big accident. Alex Bowman has not had a good year at all so far. I mean, he missed the season opener at Willow Springs, and now he's got this happening to him at Coda. So let's look, actually. Okay, this seems to be the best pit lane camera we got. We're gonna see the field come on pit road, or some of the field anyway. So a lot of the front, all the Bills, McTurk came down, Tim Tom came down. Yeah, those two got damaged, as you know. Nia came down pit road all over, and Mr. Lay's brother. I think that's it. Yeah. Well, that's certainly interesting. On the opening up, everyone's so bunched up together that we've actually got people banging into each other. No caution though. Imagine we got a caution this early on in the race. So, anyway, so there are any developed battles. I think Russell David trying to give Matt DiBendino a run for his money. Russell David's still looking for it. Although he got a little bit of rear end damage. Yeah, I want to see Russell, succeed, but I mean, it's still pretty early. Oh, Kurt Busch looks like he got some rear damage, but he stayed out, so he's still good. And pit stops will become a factor later on in this race. We'll have to see what happens when that happens. Ozzy Purser trying to sneak up on Chase Elliott. Oh, they're going 3 wide. Oh, look at this. They're going to try to go 3 wide through this corner. Oh, they do it. I got a little bit overexcited there. I hit the wrong button. Let's actually look at this from a different angle. Yeah, so it's Purser, actually Chase Elliott and Purser ran wide on Ricky Stenhouse, or went a little bit wide on Chris Buescher. And then they come into turn number, I don't know what this turn is, and then they almost go 3 wide, but Chase Elliott, I think he actually, now he's still in a side-by-side battle with Stenhouse. There's a bit of tire smoke. But Chase Elliott now in a very aggressive side-by-side battle with Chris Buescher, not Stenhouse. It used to be Stenhouse, but not anymore. Man, look at him go. Chase Elliott recently got his first career win in Las Vegas. And Chris Buescher, yeah, lost the Auto Club, so two guys have had some success this year, going at it with each other. Also, like Chase Elliott's gonna have that spot over Stenhouse. And now I did hear there was some tire smoke back here, so we're gonna look at that now. Let's see. Oh, Keselowski. He got tagged up by Bubba Wallace. Wow. That's going to slope the field a bit. That's bumped to the field back here, though. Look at this. It's a complete mess. It's a very slow track as well. Or slow part of the track. Yeah, just the way that Circuit of the Americas is designed, it's not the best circuit out there. You know? You know, some drivers have come on and said that they're not a big fan of this track. This is, of course, the first time that NRL has raced here. The NRL series race here. Right, let's run wide. And he did run the Siemens Series race yesterday, so so I would think that he would try to put what he learned to practice, but that having some problems. Meanwhile, front of up and sailing. And there isn't too many battles elsewhere, though. Man, we're on lap 3. Looks like what's happening near the back. Oh, Bank Coach is down pit road. Looks like he got shoved into the rear. Actually, a few guys did. If this was all of what happened, yeah. But look at what happened here. So Bank Coach is pretty deep in the field. It looks on Danger 6, but then he's gonna get rear. Oh no! Oh! Oh no! It's actually a bit of a domino effect. Okay, let's see that a little bit closer. So it's actually Danger 6 that just smashed at the end of Kyle Larson, smashes back into Ryan Preece. Yeah, everyone just getting stacked up here at the exit at the end of the straightaway and just collisions. Danger 6 getting involved, Bank Coaches, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Larson getting into it. So some pretty big damage now. What happened to Russell? Did his damage get worse? Yeah, looks like it did. Oh. Ah, yeah, looks like he had to come down pit road. The front runner is having a pretty good day, but the back runner is not so much. It's done with a lot of front end damage. Now these two are going to engage in their own mini battle. Man, look at the way that they tried to get in front of the other car. This battle's for 34th, I think. Oh, Russell David though going to successfully complete the pass. Yeah, I think it's safe to say some drivers having better days than others. Anyway, so for development, the field coming down to complete lap number 4. I think we'll do a run by here just to see what everyone in the field is doing now. That field once again mostly single file. There's quite a bit of distance between some drivers. Cowboys still might be trying to give a run for his money on Chris Buescher. I don't know why I keep confusing it for Stenhouse. You're like GGR crew. still get to win, although Levine, Family Racing, if you count them as a JGR car, you know, well, Bell, he won the season opener at Willow, but still has yet to find victory lane again in the year. Logano trying to get it, or oh, Kyle Busch looking low on Chris Buescher. It seems that, you know, one car is able to stick the nose underneath another car, but then they can't pass because there's not able to go. Oh, Kyle Busch though, he's going for it. Kyle Busch now a side-by-side battle with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Chris Buescher. I'm sorry. Anyway, oh, Kyle Busch, yeah, he might have the spot here. Trying to go through some of the more Mickey Mouse parts of this track. But it looks like Kyle Busch, no, unless Buescher can stick his nose underneath him. And it's close. Yeah, looks like Kyle Busch, though, is going to have the spot here. So last time he was scored for 15th. I think now he's moved up for 14th. Yep, 14th. Oh, Joey Logano trying to look around Buescher. It amazes me how far off the track they run in some of these corners. I mean, I can't blame them though. Anything they just, you know, get an advantage track-wise. So now I got a bit of a developing battle here between Joey Logano and Chris Buescher. And Denny Hamlin might get involved as well. So this could be interesting. Yeah. Bless the midfield when the front runners aren't doing anything interesting. Yeah, Circuit of the Americas definitely has a passing problem. Oh, here comes Joe Logano though, looking beneath him. Oh, he's got Denny Hamlin behind him as well. It seems the best place to get around is on this long straightaway, which happens to come for a crazy Mickey Mouse section. And then what I like to call Turkey Turn 8. As you know, on Istanbul Park. Oh! Here comes Logano. He's going to send it to the inside. Yeah. Alright. Another side-by-side battle was commenced now between Joe Logano and Chris Buescher. Alright. And Joe Logano driving a PPG car. This is the first time we've seen Logano in this car. I think Brad drove this car a little bit earlier on in the season, but whatever. And so Logano still the side-by-side battle with Chris Buescher. And Logano completes the pass. So that's like the Mickey Mouse section I like to call it. And this turn here is essentially a copy-paste of Istanbul Park turn number 8. Because as you know, Herman Toka and his track designs, he likes to copy and paste bits from one track to another. Because you know, turning into Turkey, Istanbul Park was where that like monster turn, I guess, originated. So then he cloned that. So then Toka liked it so much they cloned that turn on a different track. I think it was India, the Buddha International Circuit. I think it was. I'm not sure, but there was another track that he copied and pasted that turn, and then yeah. So that got turned 10 at that track. And it's also landed itself here at Circuit of the Americas. So Chris Buescher has actually lost quite a number of spots. Or quite a number, like 2 spots actually. And now he's under attack from Denny Hamlin. I think that rear end damage for Chris Buescher is starting to kick in, and he's having some car. Well, I say damage, it's not like anything. Actually, the trunk lid is just a little bit high up. Denny Hamlin looking low. So anyway, we haven't seen the front runners in a while. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Also, they're getting a little bit closer together, so we might see a battle for the lead soon. Yeah. Actually, I've been so focused in the midfield, I haven't really been watching the what's happening in front. And here comes Denny Hamlin, though. He's now going to make a pass on Chris Buescher, at least trying to. He can't quite get side by side with him with the hairpin turn. Although Bob Wallace is involved now with side by side battle with Donald. Yeah, Donald really can't keep the position. I think he will. Bob Wallace not giving up. I can't quite get there. Yeah, one more shot before the front straightaway. Okay, no, two more shots. He's got that turn here. And he's got hit this hairpin before the front straightaway. Nope, can't quite do it. The race line is so weird, this track is. Sounds down pit road, activity, a few guys down pit road. I think this is for a regular scheduled pit stop. I say regular scheduled, it is a little bit early to pit. Like for development's here on lap number 7 and it hasn't pitted yet. For good reason. Doesn't have to. Alright. So what else is going on? Looks like these guys getting bunched up together. Kevin Harvick, you know, he was pretty quiet last year, but he made the playoffs and didn't really do anything with it. Alright, so we're gonna need Bubba. It's looking close, but nope, doesn't quite do it. So I think this is actually the third road course race of the year for the Cup Series. Because of course he's opened up in Willow, then we went to Sonoma, and yeah, of course we got more road course to come though. But you know, Cody's existed, so why not? You know, William Byron's been following Douglas for quite a while. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to get close to make the pass. Speaking of which, Gridgen going low on William Byron. They make contact. Someone's got the spot here. Wow, Gridgen. We can have a run here on Douglas. This is going to be interesting. So Gridgen's going to make up a spot on William Byron, and he's got a shot to make up another spot going to turn 1. I think he's going to do it. Yeah, there he goes, Gridgen. Wow, Gridgen being a smart driver will make a double maneuver. And that is actually going to put up the first as Frank Bobman has gone down pit road. Okay, now so this is a regular scheduled pit stop. I guess these guys pitted, or you know, they're pitting sooner than I expected. Right, so Frank Bobman goes down pit road. But Gridgen, that was pretty cool. So Gridgen is now being scored for the lead here at Circuit of the Americas. And Gridgen, you know, he's not really known for being that good on road course, although last year he almost won on the Pensacola road course, And but now he leads the Circuit of the Americas. How long until he pits though? It'll definitely be interesting to see how the field cycles out once pit stops are completed. I will say this hasn't been the most entertaining race, but yeah, there's still stuff to talk about. This region now leads in Coda. Alright, so what's happening here? Cole Custer doing some stuff here. I'm surprised Cole Custer hasn't won a race yet though this season. I mean, let's be fair, we're really 7 races into the year. But really enough, Cole Custer was really good in my test races. I'm not saying, and by test races, I'm not talking about the special races. I'm talking about the private test races that I did to make sure everything was working. So it's a bit weird to see that he's not doing the best this season. Although he's running 5th right now, so I don't know. He could translate this into a win. We'll have to see. It's worth mentioning I am drinking soda as I am commentating over this race. Alright, so let's look at pit stops as we are now almost there to pit road. So we're going to stay out for 8 laps. It was actually quite a lot for a road course. Well, for this road course. Yeah, here he comes. I think quite a lot of the field will be joining in as well. First time I've actually had a bit of a good look at the pit road entry. So, Gridgen comes down pit road. Let's see. Well, yeah, I think now the rest of the front runners are now coming in. So as soon as Gridgen pulls out, we will see who is where as far as track position is concerned. Oh, someone's passing on the main straightaway. Hello. It's Frank de Bobbin. Bobbin has now cycled back into the lead. How about that? Tyler Wright up to 2nd as well. Wait, who else? Oh, these guys already pitted. Eric NROL sticking very close to the back end of Rebecca for some reason. Oh, NROL looked wide for a minute. Why did he do that for? Just stuck with Rebecca through the whole corner. Yes, I'm commentating and judging drivers on their talents. And oh, Nia, Nia had a bit of an opportunity there to get into a side-by-side battle with William Byron, but nope. Oh, he's going to lose some spots. And now, oh. Wow. Okay, well, oh no, she's getting beaten by Kurt Busch. Yep. I was looking at it though. Lowe's under fire from Percy Serp. Currently being scored for 1st. Oh, I think he actually still has yet to pit. So he's not running for position. So some of these guys still get to pit, actually. So right now, Douglas is actually being scored for the lead. But as soon as the rest of the guys pit, Frank de Bobbin will be officially your leader. Or maybe that's just some kind of scoring issue. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's one thing I'm much of a fan of with this sticker. It only updates lap by lap rather than instantly. Yeah, I guess thinking about about the timing of the sticker, it only updates whenever the leader crosses the start-finish line. Yeah. Cole Custer sticking his toes underneath Donald through the I turn at Cole Custer. Gonna have the spot over Douglas. Alright. Cole Custer coming to life in this race. Alright, so things have updated. It looks like that Douglas... Okay, weird things going with the scoring. That should be fixed now, and now everyone is right next to them going into turn 1. What are they going to do? Nothing. Although they could... Oh, Ryan Blaney going to go wide. That's going to allow Matt DiBandino to get to his inside. These two are not going to be side by side with the S's. Now the side-by-side battle begins. Matt DiBandino has the spot. Ryan Blaney, your current points leader. He may not have the points after this race, though, as the points battle is currently tight. Yeah, looks like the battle's over. All right, but there is some more action on just buying these guys. This is Rebecca. Okay, now these two next battle. Did they battle for the S's? I don't know why I'm looking. Yeah, I do apologize for that. I just want to just check to see if these guys battle. But whatever, they're battling now. They go through this hairpin. Looks like Purser looking underneath William Byron. William Byron now sticking with Rebecca. Ooh, Purser trying to get around these guys on the straightaway. And William Byron going side by side. And it looks like William Byron trying to pick up a spot on Rebecca. And yeah, William Byron gains a spot on Rebecca. So the front rows are pretty spread out now. Yeah. Oh, Prairie Serp. So Rebecca, ooh, he's my other run on her. These are teammates, by the way. Oh, Rebecca gets a little bit slippy, but here they go through the hairpin, and it looks like Prairie Serp is gonna have the spot. Yeah, Rebecca gonna lose another spot on Percy Serp. They feel massively spread out now. And the front row is not even close to each other. Also, got Cole Custer in a bit of a battle with Kurt Busch. Now he's instigated a battle with with Douglas. Man, so Cole Custer, he just tried to make an overtake on Kurt Busch. They say he's gonna lose a spot, potentially on Donald, unless he can fight back. He's trying hard. They feel bound pretty close together now. Ooh, Rebecca under a lot of fire. So the front rows are nowhere near each other, but if you look back here, there's a bit of an aggressive battle going right now. As Douglas slides a bit through the grass. Rebecca now under fire from Kurt Busch. Oh, Douglas gonna shove Kurt Busch a little bit wide. They're in the long back straightaway. Yeah, they feel pretty close to each other. Or at least this part they feel close to, I should say. And here comes Douglas. He's going to go underneath Kurt Busch. And he gets underneath Rebecca as well. And they're going double wide. Man, this is good racing. As Douglas looks like he's going to make the pass on Rebecca, and Cole Custer is going to get back. No, he still steps above Kurt Busch. Cole Custer. Matt DiBandino is going to make his way by Kurt Busch, who goes wide. Now Cole Costa look like he's trying to get another spot, this time on Rebecca. This could be interesting. So it's a rookie versus sophomore. He pushes Rebecca a little bit wide. Can't make the pass though. As Kyle Busch, oh, the brothers Busch now going at it with each other. As Kyle Busch gonna make the pass. He's got a bit of a run. He's right on the rear end of Matt DiBenedetto. He might try to get the spot on him here. They're all pretty close to each other. Going through turn 1. Alright, well, when the field gets very close to you can have some interesting racing. So Cole Custer, though, has the spot over all these guys for the time being. Aldoni's starting to pull away from this pack now. Alright, so the field not really doing anything as they go through the S's, although we'll see what happens when we get to the hairpin. Matt Bennett looks a little bit low. He's going to get right to the rear end of Cole Custer. So I guess we'll see if someone can get the run at the end of the straightaway. Nope, no passes made this time. Cole Custer's trying to pull away from these guys now. Oh, Gurgen, he might be getting... no, he's not. He's still back 2 seconds back from Reddick. So Kyle Busch, he's moved on up in this race. Can he catch up to Matt DiBenedetto and move up another spot? So we'll find out in just a minute. No, doesn't look like it. So Freund Bob has led just about every single lap since the opening, since the green flag. He's also apparently this says 83.77. I'm not sure if that's the speed of the line or if that's his average speed throughout the whole lap. Either way, it's slow. Well, slow, but I say it's slow. It's not slow though, considering the way this track is configured. I mean, there's some sections where you can go pretty bad, but there's also some sections where you're forced to just go really slow. You're essentially just dragging your car around the track, and even this track, it was mainly made for Formula 1 cars, also IndyCar racer 2019. So this track has seen mostly open wheel races, but this is of course the first ever race here with big heavy stock cars. And let me tell you, it's challenging. It's like Gurgen closing the gap on Tyler Reddick. This could result in a battle for second. So Gurgen, he actually was quite a ways away from Reddick, but now he has closed the gap. Now he's got to find a way to get around him. The thing about racing at certain tracks, you know, it's easy to get to them, but it can prove much harder to overtake them. As here is Gurgen now trying to make the pass on Tyler Reddick. And as that happened, it looks like these two are also getting close to Freund Bob, and Gurgen runs a little bit wide. Edge cuts through the grass a bit too. So how long until Gridger makes the pass on Tyler Reddick? You know, it looks like the battle here is now settled down as everyone is now just a little bit more spread out. I'll say that got quite good when everyone was jammed together, but yeah. However, there's now a raging battle for second. I say battle. I mean, but the way these two guys, the way that these two fall, jeez, the way that these two guys follow each other, you know, brings up the illusion that they're battling when really they're just training. So Virgin here, he's trying to get, I say trying, he's looking for a way to get past Tyler Reddick, but he really can't because with the way that the track is set up. Oh, he's gonna have a bit of a long swing off that corner. He took the karting line. The karting line is actually a pretty good one to take when you're approaching a long straightaway like this. If you don't know what the karting line is essentially when you purposely run wide on a corner to set up the takeoff from that corner, so you can get a good speed run along the fast straightaway and make an overtake that way. It's usually done in Formula 1 and other open wheel series, but I guess now Gordon tried to do it in a stock car, and I mean, it didn't really work. But we'll definitely have to see how things turn out between these two. I will definitely come out and say this hasn't been the most interesting Cup race ever, but I think I kind of expected that. But I will say this though, there has been some interesting things that have happened in this race. You know, with the battling that you saw back there and the banging earlier on, and well, we still got about 8 laps to go. So it's still far from over. Urgent. You know, it looks like he's sticking with Tyler Reddick, but he just can't pass it because this track is just set up in such a way that it's really difficult. Now remember, Tuka, whenever he designs racetrack, he tries to make them challenging, tries to make them hard. But the problem is when you do that, it kind of ruins the experience, the racing and the driving experience. Oh, here comes Gridgen. Lovely. Ooh, he's gonna. He tried, but he just couldn't do it. Now, Gridgen has to be right behind Tyler Reddick when going through that hairpin. So let's see if Gridgen can maybe learn his lesson and, you know, set up an overtake that will actually work. But, yeah. So Tuka, whenever he designs tracks, you know, he tries to make them hard, but the problem is when you make it hard to pass, then the race is boring. Or even when it is easy to pass, you know, the race can still be boring, as we've seen on occasion. So, when you're designing a racetrack, designing a racetrack and designing the cars to race, you need to find the right balance between making it hard to pass and easy to pass. Because if it's too hard to pass, then, you know, it becomes boring because there's nothing going on. And even when you make it easy to pass, as now these two come down the road, you know, they can overtake over and over again, and it does get boring after a while. So, you need to find the right balance, and there are some tracks with that right balance. Coda, though, not really one of them. Anyway, on that note, I just noticed that there's some some of the pit signs are down, as you can see. I think that's because some guys are off. Oh, I guess with please work. And I'm trying to find Nature 6, and I can't. Come on, dude. Yeah, it looks like he fell out. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, he comes up pit road and then leaves. Those are some of these guys haven't come back since then. I guess we'll do that instead. Alright, we'll go back up a little bit, actually. So we're jump here road. It looks like Fernababa came down pit road too. So, yeah, a lot of them are coming up pit road, but these guys didn't pit though. So Douglas now being scored for first. Oh, well, there has been a caution in this race, which is interesting because in the CBS Yankees race there was one caution. But that was it. There's been no cautions in this race so far. Then again, one is always possible. If someone makes the wrong maneuver. So where is Russell David, by the way? I saw this race in 21st. I talked about a lot of drivers today. But then there are some drivers that I talked about earlier in the race, and I've talked about them since because they haven't really done anything in the race. Or I say that, perhaps they have done some things in this race, except it gets overshadowed by other things that happen, or that are happening. So Douglas leads for now. However, we will see who cycles back to lead. I'm thinking it's going to be Fernababa once these guys up here go back on a pit road. Unless they already have pitted. Nah. Or maybe they did pit and they only took 2 tires. I don't know. Nope, here they come. There's coming up pit road. Guido, Kyle Busch, and Blaney. And Fernababa having already pitted, he will continue on. And looks like that unless someone challenges Fernababa, he's got that race win in the bag. And the caution is out. Wow. I was just talking about there hasn't been a caution in this race, but one has come out. How about that? Wow. We went this long without a caution, and here we are. A caution in the Cup race at Coda. What happened? Alright, well, we're going to find out right now. What happened to bring out this caution? Was it the same thing that brought the caution in the same exact series, or is this different? Oh, it's something completely different. I don't know, was that it? So, Bragg is obviously caught up with Perserp. Spins. I think that's it, although I think that's what brought the caution. I don't really know. I can't believe that brought the caution, because... Huh. Very interesting. So yeah, he gets caught with Prairie Syrup and gets spun. Wow. I did not expect to see that today, but okay. Well, the first caution of the day has come out. We're 16 laps into the race, and now we have a caution. I thought that we were going to have a caution-free race all the way through, but no. A very late race caution. It's definitely going to set things up when we race to the finish. And so the field will be all bunched up again, and which will for sure create some drama. This will certainly be interesting. There's also a lot of field to all get back together, because the field got pretty spread out over the course of the race, but the field will, of course, be back together once the, well, you know. And it happened at a very interesting moment. So I thought that the cuts came out because of a pit road related incident, but no. No, not even pit road. A completely different incident that happened on the track. In the field, though, you can tell like the field got really spread out. Now everyone's having a chance to get back together. Also, Dylan trying to get about mommy for some reason. I guess get back his spot in the lineup. So that is something that I did not see coming. Very interesting regardless. The field all back together now. Well, almost. As soon as Oliver kicked up to these guys, we'll see them all be lined up. There are a few endings from the island of Solus all being slow today on this thingamajig. Well, I think some of these guys are actually went up a road. Alright. So let's fast forward just a little bit. And we'll see if anyone comes up a road. So I don't really see anyone coming up that road, but we'll take a look and see. Rebecca coming up that road. She was out of the position. Ryan Priest coming up that road as well. Brad Keselowski. Greg Xbox Nerd. Oh, Russell David coming up as well. I guess these guys either didn't pit or, well, yeah, didn't pit before the caution, so they're coming down now. Bank coaches, Tim Tom, Nia, and Oliver. Very interesting. That's where these guys, wait, what? That was very strange. Okay, now I'm just going back too far. Yeah. Well, regardless of that, everyone now is getting lined up again. I mean, they were lined up, but, you know, they're getting bunched up since some bunch of guys came up here road. So Rebecca coming down, or coming off pit road now. I think she's gonna have to wait until the rest of the field goes by before she can line up with them. Or no. She's gonna squeeze in. Alright. The field trying to sort themselves out. Yeah, a lot of cars white and blue back here. Alright. So lights will most likely be out on the pace car this time by, so we will be going green once we come around to start finish line. And this restart will certainly be an interesting one. Looks like neither the YouTube or sports drivers had a good day today. We've got real spots here with no front, and then Bangkok with no rear end. Today's a bad day for YouTube Motorsports. Alright, so the field is now back together. Lights are out. We will be going green this time by. Let's fast forward to the start finish line. Through the corner. Alright. So this restart is going to be a very important one. Now I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. And green flag is back in the air at Circuit of the Americas. Field all bunks up, of course. We'll see how they do on going to turn 1. Will Freund keep the spot? Yes, he will. Freund will keep the lead going through turn 1. Eric NROL went a bit low though. There's also Griffin Skansky can overtake on Tyler Reddick before the race is over. So Freund successfully held the lead going to turn number 1. Can he hold lead through this lap? Tyler Reddick is still on his tail. But Freund trying to stay in front of him to get his first win of the year. Eric NROL, he's actually going to get past William Byron. Very interesting stuff from him. Oh, Tyler Reddick looks very low on Freund but Freund still has a spot. They are on the long straightaway. They come through this hairpin. Oh, Tyler Reddick gets very close to the rear end of Freund, but luckily he keeps his distance, making sure he doesn't hit Freund in the rear bumper and cause some damage. Looks like Freund is staying still. You know, all Club Speedway had one overtake for the lead, and that was because of pit stops. This race, however, has seen no lead changes ever since Freund took the lead. I mean, unless of course you count pit cycles, but in this context, nope. So this race has seen the least amount of overtakes so far. Pretty much none. And Freund didn't really have to pass many guys last year to win a lot of his races. And Freund did have to make his way past 2 drivers at the start of this race, but that was it. Freddie Bobbin has remained in the lead for this entire race. And it looks like that he's going to stay there. So Bob Motorsports has yet to get to victory lane in 2020-21 season. You know what I mean. And remember, I don't think that Bob Motorsports has won yet this season. So I guess it only makes sense that the boss of the whole operation gets the first one of the year. You know, Freddie Bobbin was pretty overpowered last year. That's how he wanted to win half of the races in the year. And I mean that in a literal sense. He actually won half of the races. However, this year, though, the field is a lot more equal. Which means that Freddie Bobbin has a lot more challenge. As evident as Freddie Bobbin hasn't won a race yet. This is the 7th race of the year. And only now, Freddie Bobbin could actually get that win on what has been the least entertaining race of the year in the Cup Series so far. And that's not to say this race has been completely unentertaining. You know, the midfield battles were interesting, as you saw there. But beyond that, there really hasn't been much to say. About the lead, I should say. So we have 3 laps to go in Circuit of the Americas. It looks like the rest of the field is just settled down at this point. You don't really see anyone battling anywhere in particular. Matt Bandana looking to get around Cole Custer. Cole Custer, as you saw, was pretty good early on in the race. Although he's back to 9th. I'm not sure why. Bezos probably has something to do with it. As Matt Bennett, ooh, he's gonna look low. Oh, he gets tagged by contact between Matt Bennett and Kyle Busch. At the moment, though, not much to report on. Looks like everyone's just getting in line. Oh, Denny Hamlin side by side battle with Kurt Busch. There's a battle for 14th. Looks like Denny Hamlin is going to successfully make a pass on Kurt Busch. If you don't count, well, like I said earlier, if you don't count Levine Family Racing, Jokic Racing still yet to win a race this year. I mean, so far this year in the Cup Series, you've had Team Penske, who's won 3 out of 6 races so far. And then you had Christopher Levine Family Racing winning at Sonoma. And Oliver winning at, no, Will Springs it was. They have Oliver winning at Sonoma. And Chase won in Las Vegas. So it's 3 wins for Penske. Then you have 1 win for Levine, 1 win for Hendrick, and 1 win for Solo Motorsports number 2. Well, I'm going to say about the midfield at this point, but if Freddie Bobbin wins, it'll be the first win for Bob Motorsports in the Cup Series. I will say that Russell David, this is his 7th Cup race of the year, and Texas Motor Speedway was the closest that he came to winning, and he still couldn't seal the deal. We come to Dakota, and he doesn't do anything in particular, but it's still early in the season though, so we shouldn't downplay Russell David just yet. He's a Total Motorsports driver at the end of the day, so he could always sign on later. Remember last year in the Siemens National Series, a certain driver that we don't name, that drove for Total Motorsports last year in the Siemens National Series. It wasn't until the midpoint in the season, at the Daytona Summer Race, that he got his first career win. And then it was a while before he got 2 wins in a row late in the season. And he was mathematically eligible to win the title, but just couldn't get far enough at a bell. So Bell was going to win the championship. But just imagine though, if the certain driver, imagine if he won the championship last year in the Siemens National Series, and then didn't come back next year. I mean, of course he hasn't come back, but then again, it's made less painful by the fact that he came second in the standings. Anyway, white flag, 1 month to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. So getting back to Bob Motorsports drivers, we can name Formula Bobbin still leads with 1 more lap to go at Circuit of the Americas. And Bob Motorsports likes Formula Bob, but of course there's well, not just Formula Bob, but overall in the Cup Series. We've also got a pair of rookies in the Siemens National Series who are doing quite good in points, but haven't been able to get a W yet. And then you got 2 part-time drivers who haven't been able to get a W yet. I guess you could say it's a dub. Yeah, they've come close, but haven't done it. So there's a lot going for Total Motorsports this year. But in a fashion that may not surprise a lot of people, it is the boss man. Yep, it may not surprise many people that the boss man of Total Motorsports goes on to win the first race for Total Motorsports in this season. So they feel getting pretty dicey, but I don't think anyone's gonna have anything for Formula Bobbin. At this point, it's a little bit too late in the race for anyone to get a little bit overexcited. They're just taking their time. Tyler Reddick in second. He's going to get his first runner-up finish of his career in the Cup Series. Tyler Reddick wasn't the best driver in the Siemens National Series last year, but, well, and he hasn't been the best driver this year in the Skills Cup Series so far, but all that's considered, he is running second in this race, which is the best that he's ever done so far. However, regardless of all that, Formula Bobbin is going to make his way through the final hairpin and onto the front straightaway. And with that said, Formula Bobbin will win the Dollar Tree 300 Circuit of the Americas to get his first win of the year. It's going to be a celebratory day for Total Motorsports, as the man himself is the first one to do it this year. That being said, however, Yeah, everyone expects the other Tobal Motorsports guys to come alive eventually, but regardless of that, Frontend Bob is going to do it first. And Russell David now coming around. Finished a very disappointing 36th. Oh dear. So as we celebrate Frontend Bob's win, Russell David, the other Tobal Motorsports driver in this race, comes home in a very disappointing 36th. Well, let's hope that does good in the next race. So, I guess that's everyone. Yeah, also some retirements from this race. We'll look over those in just a moment. But Frontend Bob is going to come out with the victory today. With Tyler Reddick coming out second, Gritton third, Eric Gunwell fourth, William Byron fifth, Purdy Sharp sixth, Ryan Blaney seventh, Douglas eighth, Cole Costa ninth, Matt Bandino 10th, Kyle Busch 11th, Clint Boyer 12th, Eric Jones 13th, Denny Hamlin 14th, Donald 15th, Joe Logano 16th, Kurt Busch 17th, Christian Bell 18th, Chris Buescher 19th, Jimmy Johnson 20th, Kevin Harvick 21st, Bob Walsh 22nd, Austin Dillon 23rd, Brian Newman 24th, Kyle Larson 25th, Rebecca 26th, Martin Stewart 27th, Doug 28th, Mommy 29th, Ryan Priest 30th, Brian Coach 31st, Tim Tom 32nd, Alex Bowman 33rd, Brad Keselowski 34th, the Felix Buckner 35th, Russell David 36th, Nia 37th, Oliver 38th, Cesar 39th, Tim 60 40th, Rick Secretary 41st, and Rich Lake's brother in 42nd. So Russell David finished. He was the last car to finish on the lead lap, but still better than a few guys, I guess. Well then, guess there isn't much else to say. So, yeah, I guess we'll bring him around. Yep, that is it. So, yeah. So with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.